Hello! Today I just want to draw some cute bunnies, so let's get right into it. I will get into more exciting ideas later on, but I just want to start by warming up a bit by doing a basic study of a bunny. I love how bunnies have these like chubby little cheeks. They're so cute. I know this isn't the most like mind-blowingly creative idea for a video, but I just really wanted to draw some bunnies. I've drawn a lot of hares. I can put some on the screen here. But I feel like the rabbits deserve their time in the spotlight. I find rabbits to be really inspiring. I think it's mostly because I really like the Alice in Wonderland book. And like all the whimsy and like wonder associated with Alice in Wonderland, I kind of relate with rabbit because, well, partly because there's the white rabbit running around. Also, Alice gets into the Wonderland by falling down a rabbit hole, and I remember this specific illustration where they're having the tea party and there are rabbits present. I don't remember if it's the white rabbit or some like other rabbits, but like because of that one specific picture, I have really connected like rabbits and like tea aesthetics in my brain, and I think that's just kind of like a fun combination. Bunnies are so fluffy, I love them. Never had bunnies, but I have had friends that have had bunnies and they're so sweet. They can be a bit shy, but oh, they're so cute. I made him a bit chunkier than he actually is. Ah, but I do love a chunky animal. I feel like I want to add some shading. I have this grey highlighter. I thought I could maybe add some color to it. Well, it's not really color, is it, if it's grey, but you know. And there we go. Okay, so with the warm-up out of the way, I wanted to do something more like fun and inspired. I found this photo of a rabbit laying down, and I think almost all like prey animals have a tendency to do something like this, but they freeze when they are spooked. And I thought it would be kind of fun to do like a rabbit that's growing kind of like plants on it, because it's been like frozen in time for so long that it started like to sprout plants around it. So it's laying very flat and it's like covered in blades of grass and some vines. Would be like, not like trapping it, but just growing and wrapping around it. I didn't think that far about like this idea. Like I'm not sure what the bunny is all frozen up about. Like I'm not sure what's scaring it, but I don't think it's that important. Yeah, I think the idea seems a bit dark now that I'm saying it out loud, but the idea of like plants growing on this still bunny, I thought it would be kind of whimsical and fun. I do want to include some tea themes at some point, but I haven't really hit inspiration with that. For a second I thought about inking these with my ink pots and dip pens, but I decided to go with fine liners at least for now, because I do enjoy really my dip pens, because I feel like when you have such fun shapes like you have with rabbits, it's really fun to do like lots of like different line weights and like textures, like hatching. But I mean, fine lines are just really fast and convenient to work with, so I'm just going with them for now. Yeah, I'm really getting into the zone. It's just really relaxing to do the hatching stuff. Oh, I do grip the pen like it owes me money, so I tend to strain my wrists, but I'll try to like relax my grip a bit. I do really like it. I think it's very cute. I just realized that it could be taken as like it has like crawled under the vines. But I mean, I still like it. It's fine. So I picked out a few colored pencils. These are the Lyra ones. Just did some colored. I do love my watercolors, but I do also enjoy using colored pencils. I don't do like larger finished pieces with like just colored pencils because it would take so long and it would probably hurt my wrist. But for like small sketches like this one, these are just fine. And I do feel like sometimes the colored pencils should like storybook vibe of my art more. And I'm keeping it quite simple. I love adding blush to the nose and ears. picked out this yellow ochre color, a brown ochre it's called. This rabbit was spotted, the reference, so I just wanted to add some markings on it. I already put the reference away. I like to do that sometimes to like, I don't get too stuck on it. Yeah, I really like that one. Really inspiring me to do some more fun things with rabbits. I found a rabbit in a post that I really like, and I want to do just some like quick thumbnails to maybe explore the like frozen statue-esque plants growing around idea. Like, you know, like how old statues can have like vines growing on them, that kind of idea. Or going on to like Alice in Wonderland theme. Maybe like a rabbit sitting in a teacup. But yeah, this one is kind of standing like with its back to us. I thought if it was standing more upright, it would look more like plants were like growing around it instead of like it has crawled under them, like this one does. But I don't want them to be like frozen in fear because I don't want them to be like distressed. I don't want to draw distressed bunnies. I just want some whimsy in my life. Yeah, that is kind of fun. Okay, I really like that. I do want to explore some tea-themed ideas, so let's give this guy a friend. It could be like a rabbit in a teacup. And some like crockery designs. I do like that one as well, but I don't feel like it's a good standalone design. I feel like this could be a part of a larger piece. So, like, I'm not designing these two for, like, anything specific, but I just want to, like, explore some ideas and maybe later on turn them into paintings. Or, like, for example, this, a part of a painting. I'm not sure where they will go, if they go anywhere, but I do like them. I also have this fun picture of a rabbit, like, jumping. I thought, what if there was like a teapot and it was jumping from like a teapot towards the teacup, kind of like the rabbit is a stand-in for the tea itself. I'm not making any sense. I'm really tired. If I was on digital, I would probably like tilt this and have the teapot like up here and teacup here. Sadly, I am not on digital. I'll be honest, this is not as energetic that I would have liked. So I'm just gonna ink the bunny because I do like this bunny sketch. Retry it here with more energy. Yeah, I'm still not getting what I wanted from it. I think I'll just move on from that one. I want to try again the idea of the bunny leaping out of a teapot into a teacup. I'm gonna start by angling the teapot. Like I said, if I could move this digitally to be like, I would. I'm just gonna do it here. Oh, it kind of looks like it's just like reaching out, like, I can't reach it. Instead of jumping out. Yeah, that's more like it, definitely. I've really been getting into doing more inking with the fine liners. I could say it's mostly thanks to YouTube stuff. I was like, it's gonna show up better on the camera than my colored pencil. And actually, it's really fun to do. Also, I just want to do like a good study of a bunny's face. Like I said, I really enjoy the like shapes. And I'm trying to like draw what I see and not what I think. So I can actually take note of the things I'm seeing and not just drawing like a version of a bunny that I already see in my head. I tend to do that sometimes with references. I think it's quite a common tendency to like draw what you think and not what you actually like see, because we have pre-existing ideas of what something looks like, and it can kind of like muddy up what we are seeing. I think the eyes are a bit high, and I do feel like I want to paint this one, and I do want to color this one in because I do love my watercolors. And I I want to get some painting in today. This cheek is actually even chubby. They have such chubby cheeks, I love it. I just want to. I think it's extra chubby because it's kind of like squeezing its head in like this. So it's forming these rolls.
How dare you mention my rolls?
Actually, I do feel like this nose bridge is a bit wider. Yeah. Now, do I actually want to line this? Maybe I line it with a colored pencil. I do like how like soft and kind of flowy it's looking. And I do tend to make things stiffer if I use this pen or like any liner. I feel like that happens on digital as well. Like the sketch is nice and loose and like it has some life to it. But when I start like lining things, they get very stiff. And I do feel like I can kind of get around that with my colored pencils. I also just think it's really fun to do line art with colored pencils. They still look very soft, like I mentioned before, but like I can also get some detail that I'd have a hard time getting with watercolors. So it really just adds a nice touch to the finished piece, even though I might not see a lot of the line art, especially when I did this like in this lighter color. Yeah, I think that turned out quite well. It definitely does look like a bunny, and I do want to paint it in, and I'm gonna use my this is a Winsor Newton Cotman travel set. I did get kind of like a poor job with the swatches. I mean, the swatch got too small, or the like spaces, some of them is too small, so they blend into each other. You can like generally see the colors that are in here. And these paints tend to fare a lot better if I spray them a bit. So I have this like small spray bottle and I just go over all the colors. Because without pre-wetting, it can take a second to get the colors going, but I think they're wonderful. It's kind of showing that this is not a watercolor sketchbook. Like the water is kind of beading on top of the paper instead of like seeping in. Can you see that it's kind of like floating on top of it? Like maybe I've erased this sheet too much, or maybe the sizing is a bit off on this piece. But yeah, this is not a watercolor sketchbook, so there can be issues like this. And yeah, I'm just using my water brush again. I do want some pink on the nose. Yeah, it's kind of just sitting on top of the paper. It doesn't always do this. I think I had one spread where I had the same issue. It's okay, I'm gonna use this sketchbook anyways, and it's like not like it's gonna stop me from using watercolors. I'm just like having fun and exploring ideas. So it doesn't really matter if the paper acts up a bit. I think I want more pink or maybe red. Stop rattling around. This doesn't have a black, so I'm just mixing some ultramarine and then the burnt sienna, and that's gonna make like a neutral gray. I do prefer it leaning a bit towards the blue. Yeah, there we go. I think it's looking very cute. I'm really happy with this one. So we're gonna fit one more, and I'm gonna split between the like tea ideas and the plant ideas. Okay, I've decided. I found a cute picture of a lop honey. Oh, it looks a bit angry. And for the tea element, I'm just gonna slap a teacup on its head. Mostly just because I thought it was kind of funny and cute. Okay, it just looks teeny tiny bit like a haunted soldier. I think it's the eyes. try to make some like crockery patterns on it. Let's get some color on the rabbit as well. I'm going kind of for a similar like a tawny brown color. I do want to keep the colors on this very simple, so I'm just softening some of the edges, and I think I'll add some darker color in, but after that I think we're about done with this one. Also, I'm adding liners. I hope this would help with the eyes looking less creepy, and I think it's definitely helping, and since I lined the eyes, I might as well line the rest of it. Yeah. So, this is what we made today. I feel like it was kind of a rough start, but I think we ended up quite well, and I do really like these. I want to return to these ones. But yeah, thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this, and I hope I can see you again. And goodbye!